Hi guys, in today's video we are going to talk about how to start a poultry farm with little capital. Now I've had my friends ask me about how to start a poultry farm, how much money you need. Someone wants you to tell them that you need 1 million, 2 million, but then you can start a poultry farm with even less than that. So this video is for you if you are a person dreaming about poultry farming, you want to be a farmer. Don't scroll, it's here for you. Kindly like it, share it, comment. If you haven't yet subscribe, and let's get right into the video. For starters, if you want to start a poultry farm, you need to first work on your mindset. What is your goal? What do you dream? Do you just want to start a poultry farm with a few birds and then you stop? Or you want to be a great poultry farmer? I'll give you my story before. So we wanted to do poultry and it's been our biggest dream as a family. And so we could not, begin big. Yes, we had the land. We could construct a big house, but it needed really good amount of money. But then we said, what do you have? What do we have? We had land. That was enough to have a structure and had some money that could construct a structure. So we first made a structure and we divided it into two so that we can be able to bring a few birds for the start. So we started with 120 birds. But some other people can start with 1,000 birds. Some people can start with 50 birds. And our desire was to start small, learn, get the knowledge, and be able to expand with time. So when we started, we bought the 120 birds. We did the brooding because we had been reading and doing research about poultry, but the practical part of it, the reality part of it was lacking. So we wanted to really see how it's done. So when we got the 120 birds, we went through the breeding, if you have been following the videos, and then we were able to successfully breed the birds, and we started the farm. But then a few months after, we realized that we could, bring another 120 birds to make 240. And so when these ones were done with brooding, they were big, they were around almost 20 weeks. We brought another bunch of birds, guys. And so we did the brooding, and right now both of them have started laying eggs and we are selling the eggs. So if you want to start a farm, first ask yourself, what is my dream? Now, our dream is not to remain at 200. Our dream is to be, bigger poultry farmers in Uganda here. But then we had to start. The moment you want to do something, you keep postponing because of money, you will never do it. I would encourage you to rather start small than procrastinating, postponing things. Eventually you will end up losing morale. So work on your mindset. Look at, what do I want? What is my goal? And what do I have? And then number two, look at what you have. There are so many people who are poultry farmers, but they don't have land. They do not have even their own structures. I have a friend of mine who deals in broilers, and that person does not have land. She's renting, and she also rents a house for her birds. Since broilers are not like layers which are going to lay for 2 years, broilers are a quick game. You just bring, you brood, you take care of them for about 6 weeks and you start selling. So she hired a house from someone, and these were rentals and they were abandoned somehow. So she used them to bring the birds. And right now she earns much money. And she told me she plans on buying her land and then be able to construct her structure. So if you have some money and maybe you can access anyone who can rent you a house, you can still begin. The issue is begin small and see your capacity, see your capabilities, discover your hidden abilities and truths and talents. There you'll be able to successfully do the farm. And then another thing you should look at, there are so many people who are living in town and then your parents have land in the villages. They have land and possibly some abandoned houses. With starting a poultry farm, you may not need to make a whole standard house. You may not need to have a big chunk of land. As long as the place has land and has some form of security and some form of structure, you can transform the structure into a poultry house. You can improvise and be able to start. So if you have your parents or relative that has land and is willing to give you or rent to you, you'll be able to start. And when you start, then you're going to be able to think out of the box. If you have started from someone's land, then you're not going to be comfortable in that land. Now, if you make profits, you will definitely buy your land and you start a bigger farm. So if you want to start, there should not be any reason whatsoever that should stop you. There's so many people that are doing poultry farming, but yet they don't have all the land, they don't have poultry structures, but they have started. So start small, buy a few birds. There are so many ways you can start a farm. Some people like they're doing local birds, so they buy birds and they get even the males and they the birds produce one chick, two, three, four, up to a farm grows up to a million birds. So you have to start. If you want to start something, look at what you can do. Don't look at fears. When you prioritize fear, then you end up not doing something. So for us, we had to look into that. We had to begin. We began with our 120. Right now, we have 240, and the next year we shall have a bigger, because we continue having a bigger plan. But the sure thing I can tell you, poultry is a good venture, and regardless of the challenges that it comes with, it's so profitable. If you calculate things very well, you can get profit and you'll be able to be a dream poultry farmer that you have already thought and dreamt of. So this video should encourage you to begin. If you want to be a poultry farmer, kindly work on your mindset. Look at what you have, what is available. When God was going to use Moses to liberate the children of Israel, he asked him, "What do you have?" And Moses didn't even have a gun, he only had a stick. And God was able to use that small stick to make him a great man. So even with your small capital, the small money that you have in your pocket, God can use you and you become this big poultry farmer. We have seen videos of successful farmers here on the internet that started very small, but right now they are our role models. So don't be afraid. You look at your mindset, change it, look at what you have, and then start. I believe you found something helpful in this video. If that is so, kindly subscribe, share this family, and